Yet more evidence that Pride Month is not going how the left planned. Been a lot of stories of companies that are pulling back from the Pride bonanza. We've talked about some of that. Of course, we know Bud Light and Target. Other companies seem to have very much toned down their Pride celebrations. There was a report a few days ago that Starbucks had banned Pride decorations from their stores. And the company then came out and said that's not true. So you can trust who you want on that one. But the Pride movement is losing ground culturally. And there is perhaps no better evidence than this. Here's a news report about how some students at a school are responding to the Pride efforts at that school.
Displays of intolerance and homophobia are unacceptable.
This type of intolerant rhetoric starts in the home.
Parents angry at town hall over intolerance at Marshall Simons Middle School. Kids were asked to wear rainbow clothes in honor of Pride Spirit Day, but some organized a counter-protest wearing red, white, and blue or black. The principal sharing a statement to families that Pride posters were ripped down, stickers ripped up. Some students chanted "USA are my pronouns," and students showing Pride were intimidated.
It was an unruly disruption, in fact, that was organized ahead of time.
While some parents were upset, others say it was overblown.
Some of the kids threw the stickers on the ground. But, I can only speak for my daughter. She didn't want to wear that to school. It's not that she wanted to hurt anybody's feelings.
She says her daughter felt coerced to participate in the Pride event and was offended by some of the messages, like this quote from Tennessee Williams.
Human heart cannot be straight. It is curves and winds. And my daughter just kind of said, Mom, that's offensive to me, who I am straight.
And then there's also this video out of a school in California where apparently a teacher tried to play some kind of Pride video. This is at a math class. A teacher tried to play some kind of Pride video during the math class because, it's obviously really relevant to math. And you can hear how the students reacted to it. Listen.
Wow, Miss Clark. Wow. Why are you showing this to kids?
Hey, I'll warn you guys now, if you're going to be inappropriate, I will have supervision down and give all of you a Saturday school for next year. So knock it off.
Okay.
This is extremely encouraging. Maybe of everything else that's happened, we are gaining ground.
I have the high ground
Culturally, and there's real evidence of that. In fact, there was another report recently that social conservatism is ascendant right now. More people identify social conservative than have in years. So things like that are good signs. But this is probably the best sign of all. When you see this, and these are not the only videos like this, of kids in school reacting to this Pride propaganda, trans ideology this way, just like with mockery. That's a sign of at least that some of the kids, the kids are all right, some of them anyway. Because this is, I think back to when I was in middle school or high school, and if we had a teacher try to play a Pride video for us, it's exactly how we would have responded to it, just by laughing at it, which is the correct response. This is how our kids should be raised, to respond to this kind of propaganda this way. Respond to it dismissively and with mockery. But then the other thing that we take from this, and this is really important, and this is maybe one of the great advantages that we have right now. The disadvantage is that the left owns all the institutions, almost all the positions of power. Major disadvantage there. They also own the education system, so they're able to try to indoctrinate kids, which is a terrible thing. We fight back against that. But the one advantage that comes with that is that now all of the adults in positions of authority are pushing this stuff. They're pushing gay pride, LGBT, pride rainbows, trans ideology, transgenderism. The adults are all pushing it, which makes it uncool. Like it's not a cool thing. Now, it may have been years ago that the Pride movement was seen as rebellious, like kind of a cultural insurgency, and that gave it a certain cool factor for some young people at the time. But that's gone now. I mean, when you're a math teacher, when you're like the middle-aged woman teaching you math in 10th grade or whatever is pushing this, it's not cool anymore. Which means that if you really have a rebellious spirit, if you want to rebel, then that means rejecting all that. And I think that's something that that's an advantage we have that we should be harnessing to our advantage. And we're seeing that happen now.